Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down just one single super high-stakes scene and really dig into how you build suspense from like a freezing whisper all the way up to a fiery explosion. So let's just dive right in.
Okay, so right off the bat, the scene isn't set with a sound, it's set with a feeling. And this opening line, wow, it just immediately creates this creeping, menacing threat for our main characters, Isla and the young dragon, Hulin. See, the danger isn't just that it's cold outside. It's an aggressive, hostile chill. Something is wrong.
And that's our intro to the antagonist. You know, they're not introduced with a big, loud bang, but with this creeping, totally unnatural cold. It's such a brilliant way to build dread before you even lay eyes on the bad guy. And boom, here he is, Victor, the leader of the Frost Hunters. Look at this description. It's not just a guy in armor. He's literally presented as a force of nature. His very presence warps the world around him, turning the ground to ice with every step. I mean, he is that unnatural chill we were just talking about, personified. So things escalate, and they escalate fast. This isn't just about a physical fight anymore. No, it quickly becomes this ideological standoff. And it's designed to put our heroes in a completely impossible spot. And listen to how Victor delivers this ultimatum. It's with just pure, chilling indifference. Did you catch that? He calls the dragon it. That one word tells you everything. To him, Julian isn't a living creature. It's an object to be collected. And Iola, she's just an obstacle. And that threat to purify her memory, that adds such a deeply sinister layer to this whole thing. This right here, this comparison, it just lays the whole conflict bare. It's brilliant. On one side, you've got the hunters. Their whole mission is to impose this cold, sterile, calculated order on the world. And on the other, you've got Ila and Huelin, who are all about this desperate, fiery, chaotic will to just survive. It's the ultimate battle, right? Control versus freedom. And it's all framed perfectly in ice and fire. So just when you think the standoff can't get any more tense, the odds suddenly become impossible. I mean, look at this. 5 more hunters just appear. Silently, efficiently, they sealed the only exit. And just like that, snap, the trap is sprung. All right, let's really get into the hunter strategy here, because it's so methodical, it's actually terrifying. What it reveals is they don't want to kill the dragon. No, their goal is to capture it in ice. They're trying to turn this little sanctuary into a frozen tomb. So here's the key thing to understand. Their method is totally strategic, and it's all designed for a live capture. See, they target the ground, not the prey. The idea is to immobilize without causing a fatal wound. And what does that do? It forces our heroes onto the back foot, into a purely defensive position with absolutely nowhere to run. And we see it happen instantly. The very first ice arrow hits the ground, and bam! Frost just explodes across the cave floor. Helene has to instinctively leap back, and it's a near miss. We're talking inches away from having his claws frozen solid to the rock. So yeah, the threat is very, very real, and it's happening now. You can just feel Isla's despair in this moment. She realizes their one safe place, their shelter, has just become a trap. And this is that perfect low point, that moment of absolute hopelessness that's just begging for a dramatic, unexpected turn. And the story just kind of pauses right here, you know? It lets that feeling sink in. It forces us to feel that same desperation. Think about it. The hunters are closing in. The ground is literally freezing under their feet. The only door is blocked. What do you do? Where do you go? It feels like there is no way out. And then, it happens. In this moment of pure, raw animal instinct, the dragon sees something. It finds an escape route that the humans, with all their planning, completely missed. Because they were all looking for a door, right? A way out. They weren't looking up. And Isla, she gets it instantly. She scrambles onto Hulin's back and gives this command, which is just fantastic, the one you sneeze with. It's this amazing callback to a previous, much smaller fire. She's not telling it to attack the hunters. She's telling it to unleash its full destructive power as a tool, a key to create their own exit. Okay, so here we go. The climax. And you gotta understand, this isn't some slick, planned escape. This is pure chaos.
An explosive, desperate, last-ditch effort to just break free.
It all starts with a roar, but this one's different. This isn't a sound of fear anymore, not at all. This is pure defiance. It's a declaration, as Hulin aims all its power, not at the enemy on the ground, but at the stone ceiling above.
And then, whoosh, it comes. A torrent of raw, orange, just incredibly destructive fire erupts from its throat. It's way more powerful than anything we've seen from this dragon before. This is just pure primal energy being unleashed against solid rock. You can almost feel the heat. The rock superheats, it cracks, it fractures under that insane temperature. And get this, the blast is so powerful that it forces even the cold, emotionless Victor to actually take a step back. He's surprised. They are literally breaking out of their own prison from the inside. And even though ice arrows are now hitting its hide, and you know that has to hurt, Hulin doesn't hesitate for a second. It just leaps, launching itself and Ayla straight up through the hole they just made and out into the cold night sky. So they're free, right? A moment of triumphs. Well, not so fast. This slide immediately pulls the rug out from under you. Escaping the cave? That was just step one. Now they're injured. They're exposed out in the open moonlight. And oh yeah, Victor isn't done. He's calm and he's summoning his secret weapon, frost direwolves. The real hunt is just beginning. And this final line, man, it just perfectly captures the whole thing. Their first flight was not soaring, but an escape. This wasn't some beautiful, triumphant moment of learning to fly. It was a frantic, painful, clumsy scramble for survival. They're not soaring, they're running for their lives. Which, of course, leaves us with the big question just hanging in the air. They escaped the cave, sure. They won the battle. But the war? That's far from over. With Hulin injured and a pack of elite trackers on their trail, what hope do they really have out there in the open sky?